Greetings, good morning, happy Monday to you, my dear. Welcome to this is actually our first Mindful Motivation for Mindset Mastery session for the month of February. I trust you had a beautiful weekend, and if you've attended these little sessions before, you know that I like to just check in with what's happening with the phase of the moon, and then we're going to look at some different cards that come up for us. So this weekend, so this is actually just one day after a pretty powerful full moon. We had the full moon in the sign of Leo yesterday. How did that feel for you? And why I'm saying it's powerful is with it being in the sign of Leo, it was really inspiring us, and still is. We get affected by the energies of the moon, especially when it's the full moon and the new moon, 2 days before and 2 days after. So we're still in this vibe of this Leo full moon, which is really about self-care, about accessing the inner wisdom, your heart's wisdom, and really looking at, are you aligning with the best rhythm of you? And what I mean by that is, are you aligning with your intentions, with your calling, with sharing your gifts, with your uniqueness? It's really important to kind of go into your own uniqueness. And that's how come I love to use the tarot and oracle cards, and the different decks of cards that I've developed are intended to help me get more into what is your uniqueness. Are you sharing your heart's energy, your inner light? And so that's really kind of got initiated for us by that Leo full moon. Of course, the other piece that we're going to be affected is in 2 days. So 2 days is this February 8th. We will be affected by the waning gibbous phase of the moon, and it's going to be in the sign of Virgo. And that's going to bring us more inspiration, more taps on our shoulder to get into a sense of dedication, of devotion, of aligning with our spiritual natures. And in fact, that kicks off this vibe of what 2023 is all about, is really know thyself. I love thinking that. Know thyself, so that you can give up, release, let go of anything where you've kind of bought into another story or another system of this is what you should do. Maybe it's not true for you. So this is a perfect time for all of us to just be thinking, am I still walking with inherited or agreed upon pieces that don't really work for me? And if, it's not about feeling blame, shame, guilt, or any of that, any of those types of feelings. This is about really assessing, what is my heart guiding me toward? What is my soul calling for me to do? And that's why I'm saying using oracle cards and tarot cards, and even also knowing what type you are in human design. I love weaving all of those pieces together to help. This is one of the best ways to really help know who you are at the core, and not jump into action or projects or ways of doing things that somebody else has told you. You don't know who they are in the tarot or numerology wise or human design wise. So this is a really big step into following your inner guidance, and you can only do that if you really truly deeply know, honor, love, accept who you are. Okay, so that's the vibe. That's the vibe we're stepping into, powerfully into, in February. So now that I've said all that and kind of set the stage for us, I'm going to pull one of the Letting Go Guidance System cards. This is a great way to start that whole piece about knowing you, about, lovingly acknowledging things that maybe we've been keeping on just because that's how it's always been. And so here is the card that we're going to focus on. Letting go of is addiction. And addiction can show up in so many ways. We can be addicted to overthinking things. We can be addicted to being right. We can be addicted to following somebody else's guidance without checking in with our own guidance. We can be addicted to physical substances. I mean, overeating, drinking, taking on too much, overcommitting, and not listening to what it is that we need for self-care. So how does that show up for you? Can you do a little bit of a review, assess yourself? When I talk about assessing yourself too, I often talk about the 4 pillars, or the PEMS, P-E-M-S. So when we assess ourselves, and we could do this for addiction, is do you have any kind of physical addiction? Do you have any emotional addiction? Do you have a mental addiction? Do you have a spiritual addiction? And when we go into the thing of letting go, it's never ever about saying, oh, I suck because I have this. It's about lovingly admitting, okay, maybe I'm an addict to overworking. It's okay. Just by acknowledging it. Sometimes that's one of the key pieces of letting an addiction go, is to acknowledge there it is. I do this. I have this. I allow this thing or this idea to sort of dictate how a choice gets made or a decision gets made. And then once you've acknowledged that, then it kind of dials down the power that it has over you. So now, moving on, I'm just shuffling tarot cards. I like to do 1 tarot card, and then we'll do 3 of the Healing with the Angel cards. We'll wrap it all up with one of my Liberate Your Inner Truth cards. If I ever say anything on any of these sessions that trigger you, or you need some more insight or guidance or support, put it in the messages in the comments below, or message me directly, because my intent with sharing these mindset motivation types of sessions is to help you find your ease. And so if I discombobulate you with something, I want to help you find that ease, find it, what it is that you need. So let's see what tarot card comes up for us this week. This is very interesting. The card that's come up is the 8 of Swords. So the 8 of Swords could be, do you have an addiction to overthinking? To feeling trapped by all the yeah buts and the shoulds and the, oh my God, this is terrible. Maybe it's time to just acknowledge that. To say, I'm going to dedicate myself. Remember I said to you about waning gibbous phase of the moon. This is about really coming into acknowledging what's working for you and what's not. And so maybe overthinking, I've always said that too, is that we get conditioned by this, for this, in the Western world in particular, that you got to work something out in your head. You got to be logical. You got to think it through. You've got to make your mind up in that exact moment without allowing you to feel into it. Well, that's all that 8 of Swords energy. It's actually not true. The truth of it is that we all need to find, how do you make your decisions? What is your intuitive guidance saying? And do you pause long enough to receive it? And there is no one way of receiving intuitive guidance. It's really, really important for you to realize what a huge variety of ways we all have that we can get a gut feeling about something. We can hear something. We can see something. We can just know something. What do you do to bring yourself into alignment with that? So as I was riffing on all those ideas, I was shuffling the Healing with the Angels cards. We've got one that hasn't come up for us for a while, but it's here. So freedom. First one is freedom. I love this. So I said that we step into February, that we're really starting into this energy of what the signature energy of 2023 is about really knowing yourself, freeing yourself from the constraints of the past, the things that maybe didn't work out quite as well. Releasing all of that and really aligning with your true nature. Your true nature. And that's such a beautiful piece too, that really, coalesces with what I just said about the aligning with your rhythm, with sharing your light, your gifts. That's kind of what this life for all of us is about, right? And the last one is enchantment. I love that. So are you enchanted with your life? Are you enchanted with the big, auspicious, audacious intentions and goals that you have? Are you telling yourself the truth? Are you allowing them to be birthed, to be presented, to show up? And if you're not, what do you need to do? Is there some form of addiction or something like that that you need to kind of say, okay, I'm letting that go? All about the letting go. Okay, like I said, I trust this makes sense, and if you need more insights or guidance, just let me know. Put it in the comments or message me directly. But now we're going to wrap this session off, and I'm going to send you off into your week with our Liberate Your Inner Truth card. Let's see what comes up for us today. This is perfectly aligned with everything that we've just visited with, and it is I am responsible. You are responsible. I am responsible. So let me just read this out to you. I can no longer hide behind justifications that I'm not good enough or that I do not know what my truth is. I do know. I am a beautiful beacon of light, and I am responsible to and for that. Just breathe that in. We are being so supported by the astrological shifts and energies to really birth this responsible. I'm responsible for my light. You are responsible for your light, and bringing that into the collective and sharing your uniqueness, your beautiful essence. I trust all that makes sense. I wish you a beautiful week ahead, and I'll be back here with you again next week. Much love to you, and thanks for watching.